Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, and welcome back to another session of Speak Your Mind. So we're back again for another beautiful Saturday night, here to entertain your conversation and listen to your complaints and concerns, and hope that when you call and voice your concerns and your complaints, that those who are out there who can make a difference, the decision makers, the politicians, the government, the civil servants, all of those people who are important to making and helping to make our lives better, will do the right thing. So call your friends, call your neighbors, call your brother, call your sister. Let them know that the Speak Your Mind show, the only show on air that allows you to voice your concerns without being hung up on. I am here right now live all alone, but I do have a guest in studio. I'll introduce my guest in 1 second. So call your friends, get ready, lay back, write your questions down so you don't forget what it is you wanted to ask or your comment, and then we can entertain that when we come back after a break. So in studio tonight, you know, our biggest sponsor is Digicel, and we have a Digicel representative, lovely Jasmine. The lovely Jasmine is here to share some Digicel information. So all you Digicel folks out there, tune in, because she's bringing some exciting news. You know, Digicel is our big sponsor. They're one of the people that make the show possible. So you can watch us every day, every Saturday night. They provide us with clean operating phone numbers, so you don't have any problems connecting with us. So, you know, get ready to call us. She'll be here for a short time. So if there's anything that you might want to say to her, I'm sure we'll open up for a brief question or two. If not, she'll tell us what she have on her table, and then we'll move on with that. So, coming up, without any further ado, in studio tonight, we have the lovely Jasmine from Digicel. Jasmine, good night.
Hi, good evening. How are you guys doing tonight?
Good night.
How are you tonight, Sam?
I'm doing good. My eyes are a little blurry, but I'm doing fine.
Well, I'm a bit tired too, so I completely understand what you're saying.
All right, Jasmine. Well, welcome again to the show. I don't remember ever Digicel ever being on the show, so we're glad to have you. Tell the people out there tonight, what is Digicel all about?
Well, you know, of course, you know, the Digicel is a telecommunications company, and, you know, we provide a variety of different services in telecommunications, as well as other solutions that have just come onto the site, but I won't go in too much depth. But I can say that it is a wonderful company. They have some really good ideals and morals. We were just talking before we actually went live on air about the fact that, you know, I said I fit so well into Digicel because they have a lot of ideas and fundamentals that, you know, is so important to the company. You know, like, for example, taking care of the communities that they exist in, you know, making sure that they're a good part of it and that they're able to contribute back to the people that help build the company, you know, and that's a very important part.
Well, let's take a minute just to reflect on that. I must say, I'm not a big Digicel holder. I don't have a Digicel phone, but, you know, I probably get one sometime soon. But Digicel do a lot of things in the community. I mean, I listen to you a lot, Jasmine, on the radio, and I hear and I follow a lot of the news blog. I see you guys are in the community, you're in the schools. I just saw something online that you sponsored CAT, I believe. I think it's CATS.
Yes, and we've done that for quite some time. This is not a new program. And like I said, it's not just us as a group here in the BVI. This is something that Digicel does across the different places that it's located, you know. It's one of the fundamentals, you know. the owner of Digicel, Mr. O'Brien, he has a big heart. You know, he's actually a part of the Special Olympics. He actually has, you know, been hands-on and not just digging in his pocket and giving some money, but also attending these things, helping with the different programs that are close by to him. So, you know, community service is a big part of his heart, and he loves being a part of these things. So he makes sure that not just the person's like, I think I'm Santa Claus, like I love giving, and to be in a position where I actually have a job that puts me in that spot where I get to see the smile in someone's face when their needs are met, or, you know, that program that didn't know how they were going to make it the next year, but they got that funding and now the kids are able to go forward. You know, those are the type of stories that make me melt. I'm like a sap for that stuff. So I'm just happy that I'm with a company that believes in that pushes for it and always wants to see that happening. So that's basically where I'm at with that, Sam.
That was great. That was great. So Mr. O'Brien is doing his thing.
Yeah.
I think he has been doing his thing for a long time, ever since he launched Digicel in Jamaica many years ago, about 10 to 12 years ago. Yeah. So yeah, Mr. O'Brien, keep it up. I know some of the people out there, Jasmine, being that you're coming on the show, are out there paying attention to make sure that you say the right thing and that you continue to push, you know, the positive side of Digicel. And of course, there's always some downfall where people sometimes complain about little things, but those are things that you can fix immediately.
Yeah. Well, you know, my philosophy, and I believe this is something that I see coming out of Digicel as I'm working every day with my coworkers and everything. Technology isn't perfect. You know, one of the things you can depend on with technology is that you're going to have a day where you're going to have a mishap, or something's going to not go through the way it's supposed to, or, you know, because it's not perfect. But what makes it easier for you to deal with technology when it has its hiccups is good customer service. It's when you can call someone up and say, I'm so frustrated, and they say, you know what? I understand. You know, sometimes it's not necessarily about the resolution. Sometimes it's just someone saying, my feelings are important, and, you know, I should have that avenue where I can reach out to you and say, this is what's going on with me. And I can see that as a company that does that on a consistent basis, and I'm proud to be here representing them because of those lovely things that they do. You know?
All right, well, that's great. That's great. Well, I know you're excited that you have some things to share with us tonight. So tell us right off the bat, the first thing. I know you got a few things, so tell us about the first thing you have to share with us tonight.
Okay. Well, before we go any further, I just want to make sure that everyone knows that we have just launched the new version of our My Digicel app. Now, we've had a My Digicel app before in the Google Play Store. So if you have an Android phone, you can go on in your Google Play Store and you can download your My Digicel app. And our new version to this app is so amazing because it's like customer service in the palm of your hand. Literally, it's just so easy. You can top up from your app. You can sign up for different plans, whether it be internet plans or, you know, if you want to call our My World plan, which gives you 10 cents a minute to call several different locations. You just have to press a button within your app and sign up for it, and it makes it so much easier. I know a lot of our customers are used to when we had short codes, which we still have them, but this app makes it so much easier. You don't have to remember that it's *135#, and, you know, you just have to go into your app, click on that button, press what you want, and it goes straight through. So it makes it so convenient to the customer, and we're very happy to have it there. So yeah, so that's the first thing I'd like to bring up. And those of you who don't have it, get on your Google Play Store and download it right now.
What's the name of it?
It's called the My Digicel app.
The My Digicel app.
Yeah.
So if you have a Digicel phone, ladies and gentlemen, and you know, this again, she said it's customer service in the palm of your hand. There's so many different options now available to you. You don't have to wait until Monday morning if it's a Sunday afternoon to try to get somebody on the phone because you're a little frustrated, or you don't have to worry about the internet because you might be using another carrier to log into the internet and you can't get connected. With your Digicel phone, you can go right into that app and do all your business. That's what she's saying. So make sure that you download that app. So Jasmine?
Yeah, and of course, I also have to add, because you know Digicel, they just love to give away stuff. So being a part of the My Digicel app also leaves you in a position where you get to see different promotions that aren't available to everyone. So they're going to have their own promotions in the My Digicel app. So you still get a chance to win something as well. So.
Oh, awesome, awesome. So ladies and gentlemen, download that app. It's a My Digicel app.
Yeah.
In
My
Google,
Digicel app.
in Google Play Station. What about if
Play
you have
Store?
an Play Store? What if you have an iPhone?
Okay. Well, I don't think that we're in the iStore just as yet. I know that we don't particularly carry them, but I'll have to check up on that and give you some feedback in a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, but I do know for a fact because we're big on Androids. We're a part of the Samsung. We sell Samsung phones. We sell Blue phones, and they all have that that platform, which is the Android platform, which basically leaves your phone open to having so many different applications when they're created. It doesn't limit you to any particular thing. It makes sure that you have a lot of different options. So that's good.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right. In addition to having customer service in the palm of your hand, obviously, every time you turn around, Digicel is always giving things away. What are you giving away this time?
Well, you know what? We're giving away cash this time.
Money.
Yes, money.
Money.
$500 every day of the week. I keep saying this, right?
$500.
If you have to get up and go to work Monday through Friday, we're going to reward you Monday through Friday for as long as this lasts. And I want you to know that we've been so happy. We've had some wonderful winners so far. I can share some of my winners with you. I have a list here. So I want to shout out my winners that have won so far. Miss Monica Simon, Miss Chantel Forbes, Miss Tanisha Sebastian, Mr. Reginald Hodge, and Mrs. Judith Baptista. And these are persons that have already won. We started last week, and they were all very excited.
How do they win?
Well, okay, so this is what you do. For a prepaid customer, you'll top up $15 or more at your favorite Digicel top-up location, and you're automatically entered. For a postpaid customer, you want to make sure that you're okay with your bill. Make sure that bill is paid, make sure that you're in good standing, and you will automatically be entered as well. Every single day, there's a new drawing. So everyone that's a prepaid customer, they'll have to continue doing their top-ups in there, but if you're going to normally top up, let's say you top up $5 a day, sir, put that $15 on so that you know that you're in the drawing.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this because, I hear you guys talk about top up $15 and then you're automatically in the draw. If I top up $15 5 times a week, I just tapped up $75 for the week. What happened to the people who pay their bill on time and their bill is $105? Do they get the equal amount of $15?
Well, what happens actually is that once you pay your bill, automatically every day you're in the raffle. So our computer system selects you randomly, but every day you're in the raffle. So once your bill is straight, you're in there every day for the rest of the month. So you got to make sure that you're straight, that you paid on time, and then you will be in that raffle. So you have a chance every day to win. Prepaid customers, every time you top up that $15, you get another chance. So you want to continue to top up that $15 and keep going. Also, if you're a data customer for us as well, because we also do data solutions. For those of you who don't know what data is, it's the internet that you get through your phone or through the 4G service, right? So if you're one of our subscribers and you just do internet with us, you're also in the drawings to win as well. So you want to get out there, get in there, the store with us, make sure you have everything straightened, whether you're topping up, whether you're getting your internet service, or whether you are a postpaid customer and you just have to make sure that bill is paid.
All right, so make sure you get out there and top up your phone, pay your bill. Pay your bill if you're on data, if you're on just regular plan. Jasmine said you're in the runners. How do they collect money? Is it a daily payout thing or how does that work?
Yes.
And where do they have to? What time of day do you...
Okay, well, usually what happens now is that we go from 11:59 in the night until that next day. So it's a full day circle, right? And all of the transactions that went in there, they'll be pulled for the next morning. So by 10 o'clock in the morning, someone's going to get a phone call. So between 10 and 11, if you're a Digicel customer, you want to keep that phone on because you're going to get a phone call. Once you get the phone call, we're going to tell you, hey, you won. What's a good time for you to come and collect your cash? And it's as simple as that.
Well, let me ask you this. Can I win 2 or 3 times a week if I just keep tapping up? Or do I win once a week and then the system pulls me out of the rotation?
No, well, no number is pulled out of the rotation. Once you continue to top up, you continue to be in the runnings. What I can tell you is a random system. It's a computer system that picks it. I'm not that technical, so I don't know the technical side of how the systems work, but I do know that you're not pulled out. I know that if you continue to top up, you continue to be in the runnings.
All right, Jasmine, good thing. So we definitely covered giving away that money. Ladies and gentlemen, tap up your phone if you want to win that cash.
Top up, it's real, and it's because, you know, this time of year, Sam, you know, and this is one of the things I keep telling you I love Digicel, you know, they just think so awesomely. Okay, so this time of year, you know, it's everyone's pocket's just a little bit lighter. You know, that kind of way, like kids just came off of summer vacations and you went to Coney Island and, you know, blew all your, you know, extra change, and then turn around in September, you're back to school. So you have to get books and stuff for school shoes, school uniforms. You know, kids are pretty expensive. I'm starting to figure that out. You know, but everyone's pocket's just a little bit lighter, if you know what I mean. And so we thought, you know, why not? Why not give some cash? Let's make some of our customers have a little bit less to stress about because they have some more extra cash in their pockets. And we actually did a nice quiz on Facebook where we asked persons, what would you do if you won this $500 if you were the winner? And I'm very proud of our Facebook users. You know, most of them said they're gonna, you know, invest it in something or they're gonna put it in the bank. I was very proud of them for, you know, wanting to save, and that was great, you know. And these are the things. One lady says, I don't get an opportunity to save often, so I'm putting this in my bank account so it could look nice. I said, nice, that's good, you know. But these are the things that I'm hoping we see go forward, you know, that person's needs are met, that they get a little bit of extra something here and there for being a customer. It's all about appreciation.
Give me some Digicel money. I'm spending it. I need some money to spend. I ain't got time to save. Bills got to be paid.
It's
so
true.
I think it's a great idea, Jasmine, that, you know, Digicel is doing their thing. Ladies and gentlemen, it's all about Digicel right now. Jasmine, what else you got on the table for us for the Digicel users?
Okay, well, you know what? I'm not going to overcrowd you guys. We have so many things going on. One thing I can say is that we have select smartphones on sale right now, 25% off. And if you buy one of these select smartphones for 25% off, you'll also get 1 month's free data. Once again, data is the internet that you get on your phone, so you can Google and go on your favorite apps, play your favorite games, and do all of those things. And, you know, we're giving persons 1 month free data. So, you know, it's definitely the best time to go and buy a smartphone from Digicel because you're going to get the best value. Not only are you going to get a discount, but we're also going to give you 1 month free data.
All right, Jasmine. So I got a text. Someone said they're happy to see your face. They said they're glad to be able to put a face with the voice. You're beautiful as ever. And they just wanted a little bit more clarity on the whole $500 daily thing. I think we just explained that. That text came in just before that person was able to text us. So it's definitely straight up.
But text us and let us know that you were cleared if I have any more things that you want me to clear
Definitely hit us up. You got a few minutes left, but it's straight. You top up your bill, pay your bill on time. If you're in a data plan only, just make sure your bills are paid. And if you top up, as you top up, that number goes into rotation.
Absolutely.
Goes into the pool.
Absolutely.
If you are on bill, automatically the system puts you in there, but you're covered for the whole month.
Absolutely.
And because it's a computerized system, a selection system, there's nobody in there pulling anything out by hand.
Nope.
There's not, you know, so it's a fair, transparent
Completely
way.
random, yeah.
And if you win, Digicel will give somebody a call daily.
10 o'clock in the morning, like, hey, you are our winner. And, you know, we had one lady, I won't tell you which one it is, but we had one lady, you know, she started, oh, I can't believe it, I won. And we were like, oh. It was just so great. I must say it was very exciting. So yeah, keep being in the selection. It's a great thing. One thing I would say about it, it's not like the regular lottery. You know, people tell me all the time, they say, man, you know, only one person win. Well, this isn't just a one person win, so you have a really great chance. But also you have to remember, it's not like the lottery where if you buy a lottery ticket and you don't win, you just lose that money. With Digicel, it's great because you're getting that money. You know, you're topping up your own phone, so you get to use that credit. You know, it's not like a waste, or, you know, it's something that it's convenient to you as well. So I encourage everyone to get on board with it and get their top-ups in because it's a great thing. And of course, I still have to reiterate, shout out to Miss Wheatley. You know, she won the car, the Mitsubishi Outlander Sports, and, you know, that was also very exciting. You know, these are the type of things that we do at Digicel, and like I said, doing public relations for them is great. I feel like Santa Claus.
Well, all I can say to the folks out there, for those of you who don't have a Digicel, who do not have a Digicel phone, go get one. Digicel, the owner, Mr. O'Brien, he got a lot of money. He is worth a lot of money. Digicel is buying up everybody They can afford to give this money away because
Don't
it's all
say
about
that.
bringing customers on board
But
and,
it is. It's about
and
it's about
offering that quality service.
yes,
So
and making sure that they're happy, making sure
Yeah.
that they know that they're appreciated, and that's something that we take very seriously at Digicel.
definitely. So go get your Digicel thing. We want to thank Jasmine for coming in. It was short. It was sweet. I hope you guys are all tuned in. If you don't have a Digicel phone,
Okay.
go get it. If you have a spare phone at home, just get a chip.
Wait.
Get a chip and
Sam, I just have one thing I wanted
shoot.
to ask you before we
Go
go.
ahead.
Just before we go, I'm sorry, I just
you want to ask
interrupted
him? You want to ask me?
I want to ask you.
Oh.
I was telling you, it's so important for data nowadays, right?
Uh-huh.
And I keep saying data, it's the internet that you get on your phone, right? And
Yeah.
you know, I need you to tell me, because we've been having these wonderful things in Digicel talking about how people get saved by data. Like me, for example, I tell people I like to cook, don't really know many recipes, but my phone is always available with a new recipe for me. You have to tell me, Sam, tell me one instance that you've been saved by data.
Oh, well, if it's a personal story for me, Jasmine, I'm in the transportation business, and one of the things I was able to capitalize on and hope to capitalize even more on it is being able to book. I do a lot of my bookings for my tourists when they come in by cruise ships or even
Okay.
coming to St. Thomas.
Nice.
And without having that data, without having access to my website
Right away, right?
right away, without having access to PayPal right away, it would have been impossible. So for me,
Great.
data is probably the most important thing. It's more important now than making a phone call because I can just WhatsApp people now, and I need
Right.
data because WhatsApp
Yep.
works on the internet email platform.
Absolutely.
So without data, you're dead.
Yeah.
You know, it's just impossible. So, but again, Jasmine, thanks a lot for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
I hope everybody, it was short and sweet, ladies and gentlemen, but I hope you got the information that you need. We did have a question though, Jasmine. I will put you on the hot seat.
Okay.
You don't have to answer tonight, but at least you can always give us the answer. A few weeks ago and just last week, we had someone that texted us and we promote on this show, if you call a Digicel number with a Digicel phone, they don't have to rush the call because it's almost free, all free. So if you can verify, clarify that for us, maybe give us a call next week Saturday.
Yeah, I can do that.
We'll let the audience know. So ladies and gentlemen,
Okay.
that situation, whether or
I'm
not
sorry
you
that
call,
I can't tell you right on the spot,
that's
but
all right. You're not technically inclined.
yeah,
We understand.
I have to go and look it
We're not
up.
going to bother you.
yeah, I have to look it up. But yeah, I can definitely call and tell you exactly what it is, what's the dealio with
Yeah.
that, and I'm almost certain you're going to be happy with the answer.
Definitely, definitely. Well, thanks a lot, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, bear with us. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to open up the program for whatever's on your mind. It's all about you. Speak your mind. So we want to thank Digicel again. Digicel, again, is one of our biggest sponsors of the show. They make the show possible, and we're just grateful that Jasmine could come in and share some new and exciting information with us. All right, so we'll be right back.
Police just gone right at the last left turn, you know.
Bridget, the directions I got to go straight.
Oh, you go and tell me about them stupid directions when the map is right here.
Let me see the map. Let me see the map,
So
man.
now you want to see the map.
Give me the map, man.
Alright.
No, we passed there so already.
Oh.
Make a right, go 100 meters, and that's the destination.
Having Digicel data is like having the fastest man in the world save you from getting lost. Start using Digicel data today. Digicel.
Many people don't even know that they have cabin filters in their vehicles, and most others aren't aware of the health benefits of maintaining your vehicle's cabin filter. Dirty or clogged cabin filter can cause musty odors in your vehicle and cause contaminants to become more concentrated in the cabin that passengers actually breathe more fumes and particles. The cabin filter helps trap pollen, bacteria, dust, and exhaust gas that may find their way into your vehicle's air conditioning, heating, and ventilation system. The filter also prevents leaves, bugs, and other debris from entering the HVAC system. Change your cabin filter. It's a simple preventive maintenance step that goes a long way forward to protecting you and your passengers, as well as your vehicle heating, ventilating, and air conditioning HVAC system. Breathe easy, Virgin Islands, and get your cabin filter replaced today. Visit One Stop Auto at the R&R Malone Complex at Parkwood Pond, or call us at 495-2886.
I'm here to find out about my husband's social security. You hear about that bad accident?
Yes.
It is did my husband get mashed up?
He went to Puerto Rico.
Yeah, it was a serious accident, you know. But I don't get some of that security money.
Miss, your husband's contributions are not up to date.
What? What do you mean by that?
Remember, you must secure your tomorrow today. Check on your contribution status right away.
TurboPlus, the refreshing family drink with the revved up fruit flavor.
New flavors now available: mango, pineapple ginger, and soursop. TurboPlus is distributed in the Virgin Islands by Tortola General Services.
Hi there, welcome to Botanic Service Station, your #1 Soul gas fill-ups in the British Virgin Islands. Try our delicious hot wings or pizza with your favorite toppings, made fresh every day. Try it, I know you'll love it.
Need a cold drink? We have the widest variety, the cheapest and coldest in town.
Just a friendly reminder, we have a wide range of vehicle maintenance products.
Oils, coolant, batteries, air fresheners, and our #1 product, Soul Gas. The best gasoline that will take you further and keep your engine running cleaner. Do you love to cook? We have your LPG right here for your convenience. Open from 7 a.m. to 11 o'clock p.m. Chances are you'll be stopping by the Botanic Service Station today. So just grab a cold drink while you're there.
What kind of party this?
Them to bring the music.
Seriously?
Having Digicel data is like having the fastest man in the world save you from party disasters. Start using Digicel data today. Digicel.
All right, guys, welcome back again. So we want to thank Jasmine. Unfortunately, she wasn't able to answer any text that you might send in. No, because it's a bit late. But, you know, we want you guys to definitely tap into Digicel. They are big sponsors of this show. If you have any concerns, you can always call them up anytime, or go down to the store downtown, and I'm sure they'll be able to answer all your questions there. So, moving right along, ladies and gentlemen. Courtney, good night.
Yeah, good night to our viewers out there.
Welcome.
Yeah, it's really nice to be here after not being here for a week. But Sam, you hold the show down, so you know it's no problem.
Well, Courtney, I try my best. You know, yeah. when I'm here alone, sometimes they'll call and beat me up. Sometimes they'll share their views, and sometimes they'll just sit back and, because they like to hear the conversation from a one-way side. So I always try to be prepared, you know. Tonight, Courtney, I just, I'm going to ask the people weigh in on the debate. Of course, you know, we just had a debate in the House in relation to the Seacosby project, and Mr. Fraser in the House defending the information in the report. We had the representatives, the government side, basically all taking turns at highlighting their concerns.
Okay.
So I wanted to hear from the people, how do they feel about the debate in the House? Was it really a debate, or was it more like a bullying match? That's up to them to decide. I also saw a headline recently, Courtney. Ladies and gentlemen, these are just teasers. I saw a headline recently. Last week I asked you guys to weigh in on the high school, the beginning of the new high school year. How do you feel about that? Were there any concerns you wanted to voice? Did you have any parents? Did you have any issues with the new school year? We have a new principal at the high school. It seemed like she's off on a good step, good foot. I saw a headline that said, "Pull your pants up." Somebody's telling one of the young person, probably a male, to pull his pants up. Those are some of the things I asked you guys about. Are your kids ready? Are they going to school ready to learn? It's very important that, you know, when these kids leave home, they leave home for the reason they leave in home. To go to school, become good, disciplined kids, do the right thing in school, learn your lesson, and get ready for the outer world. Don't go to school and become a nuisance like some of the kids we had last year in the high school. And ladies and gentlemen, while I'm on that, I want to say, you know, I stopped by UPS the other day. It was during lunch break. And some of y'all kids, man, some of our kids, they ain't mine per se personally, but they minds when I see them out on the street and they behaving in such a manner. You know, they go to UPS, they go upstairs, they go into the man's fridge, they steal his stuff, they break his stuff. Please talk to your children. Talk to your kids. Listen, if you're having trouble at home with your kids, ask somebody for help. Social development, the police, ask somebody for help. Because don't wait until they go to school to get in trouble and then start blaming the institution for doing the right thing and trying to discipline your child. Please talk to your kids. Find out what's going on with your kids. If they ain't in school, find out why. If they're not in school, you need help, seek the help you need, ladies and gentlemen. Don't wait. You know, if you're having trouble at home with them, you know other people are going to have trouble with them. So please do the right thing. So if you want to weigh in on that, weigh in on that. Also, I saw some big Facebook complaints, concerns about the road work being done from the bridge up to Chapel Hill in East End. We got a number of guys from Virgin Gorda who I believe they're public workers who are down here helping with the project. And just the other night, I had an opportunity to drive a gentleman who was also on that project, and he said to me, you know, a lot of the complaints, he understands the complaints from the side down here, from private individuals, from public workers themselves down here who are complaining about these guys here. But it seems like the guys who are down here may have skills that are needed, and the government feels as if they can get the work done right away. I don't know. If you feel differently than that, please let us know. But other than that, you know, it seems like there's some issue with that whole project. But it looked good. It looking like it's moving right along. I think when they're finished between the bridge and down to Paramtong, that road, when they finish paving it, when they finish putting up the walls, the drainage, it's going to look good. So all I can say is big up to the representative for the 8th district. Big up to all the other ministers who are involved with that. And people, listen, even if you're not getting none of the work, you have a right to be concerned and complain as well. Don't feel no way. I'm simply saying at the end of the day, if it served a greater purpose, that's what we want. We want a clean, nice, smooth road. We want an aesthetic place where tourists can get that real good first impression, and then we could all feel good. First and last, as a matter of fact, if they're leaving and coming to the airport, it's definitely going to be good for the tourism product. It's going to be even for the locals who live in that district. But if you have a different point of view, please call and share it. Courtney, those are my three things out there. You know, I wanted to put those things out there.
Yeah, but Sam, I think you did it on purpose, but you didn't say the contractor, Williams, Cliff. He is a key person that's ensuring that that project goes as planned.
Yeah.
And he put a lot of hard work into it. So I think we have to recognize when people, you know, go the extra distance as well. You know, I know it's a job, it's a contract, but at the same time, you know, executing a contract properly is a task that, you know, sometimes we fail to recognize those efforts. So I think we could mention that. We got a text that came in too, right? Someone was making a note that said, please tell Pastor Charles to tell his ushers to stop asking people to move from their seat to put other people. The ushers must seat people in available seats. You know, that's a kind of personal thing there when it comes to the church. But, you know, the Speak Your Mind show, people gonna always be people, and they're going to they're going to weigh in on various issues from time to time.
Well, somebody have a problem with Pastor Charles Church and sitting in a seating configuration, then don't move. Don't move. You have a right to go to church and be part of the service, and if you don't want to move from the seat you got in because you got there early, then don't move. They can't force you to move. And if they force you to move, stand up and say a prayer and make sure Pastor Charles knows that you're unhappy with the situation. So don't call us and complain to us. Call him. Pastor Charles, I'm sure he'll take note of that, Courtney.
Yeah.
Definitely so. But again, ladies and gentlemen, call us, let us know. The phone lines are wide open. Anything that's on your mind this week, I'm sure there's a few things. We've seen a lot of things happening. You know, again, there was I like to refer to it as a lashing. A lashing this Thursday in the House of Assembly. The government passed a series of important bills, very important bills, to help protect the integrity of our financial services. I haven't seen much of details on them, but I'm sure at the end of the day, I believe they might be good for the territory. That's my belief. If you have a different take on that, fine. At the end of the day, we had I refer to it again as a lashing, not a debate. I think a debate is between opposing teams. When people are able to converse back and forth and give their point of views and give their statements and give their evidence, to me that's a debate. But when it becomes more like a pounding, a beating, in a constant reiterating of information that's already been out there. We've heard it 3-4 hours ago. Then it becomes more like a bullying match. You know, it's like when you see these little kids leaving school and there's eight kids waiting for him, and all they could do is just pound on him. When the first one hit him, he's already scared. When the second one hit him, he's already down. When the third one hit him, he kicked him and kept him down. But then the rest of them just keep pounding and pounding and pounding. At the end of the day, to me, you have more sympathy for the one who's getting beat than those who are pounding on the one, even though if that one you're pounding on may have done something wrong. You know, so what's your take on the whole debate? Was it a debate? Were you satisfied? Someone said to me just this week, yesterday, it said it just looked so much like a circus. I mean, they said the only thing that was missing was the lions and the tigers, you know, and the bears. But that's what it looked like a circus, you know.
But Sam, one thing though, I mean, Honorable Fraser, he was there, you know.
Yeah.
And that's commendable to me, because when you're being accused, you know, you stand up and you take a criticism.
Absolutely.
A lot of people may not have done that.
Absolutely.
Right? But he was there. He stayed there for the entire session. You know? And that says a lot, because you know, it puts the information out there and let the people decide.
Yeah, definitely. And you know, and people will weigh in on it. Yeah. People are making up their mind. They are deciding on that. So
what I think is good about it, right? You know, review period. I mean, whether it's before, after, midway, at the end, you know, review is always a good thing, because it's a way of seeing yourself. I don't know about you, but I always review the show every now and again to see how this show, to see how, you know, how the interaction was, whether we talk to each other or whether or not we're above board and all that stuff. Review is always good. It's always good to look at yourself and position yourself so that the next time around you don't be, the same. Maybe you improve on something.
Yeah.
You know.
But let me ask you a question, Courtney. The Auditor General.
Yes.
Is it the same person?
It's the same person.
Same person.
Same person.
I want to say to Miss Sonia Webster, those of you who know her, tell her I said this. She is a champion. And I tell you why I say that, Courtney. You know, I listened to...
I could tell you before you said.
What?
At one point she was being ridiculed, and after that she was being praised.
Miss Sonia Webster, you are a champion. Anybody that knows Miss Webster, you tell her, I've never met her. Maybe I met her and don't even know that I met her. But imagine that you are the same person that put out a hell of a report, and you are transparent in your information. You're clear. You hold nothing back. You see it, and you state it as you see it. Imagine you're being discredited in one instant, and then the same set of people on all sides will take the information from another situation and give you all the credit in the world. You are a champion. So
Sam?
Tell her I said that. Courtney, you read my mind.
We got a text that came in, right? It says, Sam, about the Altes Catholic School. I have a child going there. The classroom is horrible. They have a sewage line running in the middle of the classroom. And you're smelling the raw sewage. Also, tiles is missing. They have plywood covering part of the class.
Out there, Scotland? That's the big school, ain't it?
That's big school.
That's the big school. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you got a choice. You got a serious choice. If you have a whole classroom full of kids that are in that classroom and are being faced with that situation, take the example of what happened at Enos Adam. I think it's the school next to it, right? When there was some problems with the roofing and some of the problems there. I think it was last year. And boycott the class. Because you know what? I think the minister means well. I think as long as he realized, maybe he doesn't know, as long as he realizes and know that there's a serious concern, especially to the health of those kids, I think he will act rather quickly. So, but you got to take a stand. Get with the other parents them and take all your kids out of there. Don't go to class in that classroom if that's going to be the problem, because at the end of the day, if your kids get sick, it still becomes a government problem. It becomes a society problem. And you can't afford to have your kids them sick when they should be in school and you got to be missing work, then become a society problem. So make sure, if that's the case, talk with other parents. You all come to the same consensus. Take your kids out of the classroom and don't create no huge issue out of it. Just stand in front of the classroom and say it's unacceptable and don't accept it. I think it's straightforward. I mean, you can't get no straightforward in that. So that's my best recommendation. If you don't do that, you're not going to get anything done. And I guarantee the minister is probably watching tonight. So he's on it. If he ain't watching, somebody from his camp is watching. The minister have a lot of people now who are paying attention. You heard what the representative said in the House, Courtney. The representative at large, Christian. He said that, Madam Speaker, you know, the people outside are listening now carefully to what we say, how we say things and what we say. So they are listening and people are watching, and even the politicians are paying attention, ladies and gentlemen. They pay attention to this show. Y'all need to understand that they are paying attention to this show, especially when Courtney's on.
Oh no, man, both of us, man.
Especially when Courtney's on.
Sam,
they're paying attention, so please,
we got a
call us, ladies and gentlemen. I want a phone call tonight.
We got a text that came in saying, says Sam Fraser got what he was asking for. He started it. Stop feeling sorry for him. His colleagues left him for the land to devour.
Carl, Texas, you said it. I didn't say it. Fraser stood up like a man. That's the important thing. He tried his best to defend. That's what he was supposed to do. So your position is that he got a whooping. I said that he did get a whooping. I believe he got a whooping. But I think he took it like a man. And I'm saying, at the end of the day, the winner wasn't even Fraser or the government. The winner was Miss Webster. That's the real winner. She was the one who reported on all sides, all issues, and she found issues in every report she compiled. But yet she was discredited, and basically and her information was told to just get rid of it. It's no good. But now here we have representatives who are saying, wow, lack of transparency, lack of this, corruption, family ties. She's a champion. That's who the real winner was in this whole story. That's what I got from it. You know?
Well, at the end of the day, too, Sam, I think it makes for a better government, because I would want to think now that either of the two parties may not want to do those same type of things again in the future.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, well, Courtney, again, it goes down and down. That's exactly what we hope now going forward, that the representatives them will do what's the right thing. Be careful, because now you know there are people watching your every move. When you're dealing with the taxpayers' money, when you're dealing with projects and situations that's supposed to benefit the people of the territory, somebody's watching. You can't now say, well, I wasn't in charge of that. It's under your portfolio. You're responsible. At the end of the day, we're pointing fingers at you, no matter who you are.
As Spike Lee said, do the right thing.
Do the right thing. Absolutely. So definitely call us, let us know what's going on. Weigh in on the conversation.
We got another text came in. He said he put the blame on the civil servants. What kind of man Fraser is?
No, civil servants do their job. They're doing a good job. Civil servants, y'all doing a good job. But you do have to realize and recognize, Texas, we have some civil servants out there, some bullies. We have some civil servants out there who are bullies, who are doing the wrong thing. They having the wrong approach. They run in this country like they own it. They run in the department. They intimidating people. And those things are not right. So let's say one and let's say two. Let's make sure that we clean up our own backyard and make sure that some of them same people that we're referring to are put in check. Because they have a job and they have a responsibility. If they ain't doing their job, they're not living up to their responsibility, then we should get rid of them. You and I together should get rid of them. So let's do that together. Let's work together on that. What you got there, Courtney?
Do you think politicians should take taxpayers' money to develop family property? No, I don't think so. I answer straight up.
Of course not.
And in addition to that, there's a bigger issue than that, and it goes like this. The property that's being developed should in somehow be either ceded to government or there should be some agreement, because when taxpayer money is actually placed on a property, it is questionable, Sam. It's questionable about the legality of it. And I think that might be some of the reasons why you might have noticed that although government might have a policy to do something, they might use the way-leave officers to ensure that what they're doing conforms to what government should be doing. In other words, I've been involved in some situations already where persons had to actually transfer the land to government so that government can pave the road.
Yeah.
And that is a practice that has been in place here for years.
Yeah.
So, although there are other things that happen, and as a seasoned politician would tell you, there are ways to do things. I mean, it's not a cut and dry situation sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes things are done. For example, the discretionary fund that some district representatives have, that doesn't fall under the same scrutiny.
No, that's discretionary.
As so there are ways to do things. We have a couple of texts. Let's see what the citizens are saying. They say, what do you think of the obvious absence of the other members of the opposition during the Seacoast Bay project? Do you think the new Fraser was so wrong they could not make politics out of it? No, we're not going to answer for any politician on the show. They can come here and or they can open their own forum and tell you why they weren't there.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to do that on the show. No.
Yeah.
Another person texting and says, Sam, as a man, does admit when they are wrong. Fraser did not admit to. I guess that's your opinion, but. Well, like I was saying, I listened to most of the debate, and I think I understand a lot of what went down with the debate, and that's how it is sometimes. You have to explain what happened, and people are obviously going to form their own opinion, regardless of what they said.
Yeah. Well, Courtney, I think anybody could get a copy of the report and form their own conclusion. It is what it is. And I want to agree on something you said earlier, Courtney. I think it's important. Even Fraser said it. The government now has the authority to recuperate any money that was spent that wasn't, it was earmarked for a particular project and it wasn't done. So it's up to them. Go get your money. If money was spent on a property and there wasn't a clear understanding as to who the property would be owned by at the end of the day, let's sit down and negotiate and work it out, because at the end of the day, the taxpayers and the residents of Seacoast Bay is who should ultimately benefit from that whole development, that whole concept. So the whole area, everybody, I heard she spoke about other members, other people who have application in to help develop some of their waterfront and reclaim some land in front of their property. Maybe those people should be given the right of passage right away, you know, to go ahead and do what they have to do so the whole area could be developed in a nice way and everybody could benefit. So, you know, it's a responsibility of the sitting government now to move forward to what's right.
Sam, I have another text. It said, Courtney and Sam, tell BVIEC they have to do better because it's 3 times for the night power went out in the Far Hill area. So BVIEC, you have to do better. You have to figure out what the problem is. You know, we know you're load shedding. You don't have enough supply. But you know, load shedding means one time. You give an area, another time you give another area, not the same area 4 consecutive times. So, you know, these are challenging times. It's a good time now to talk about the net metering. I understand that that's where we're going. That's a breath of fresh air to know that all the citizens in the Virgin Islands going to be able to produce their own electricity and use some, and that which they don't use, give it to the grid so that BVIEC could have less of a hassle trying to buy generators to meet the need. So if that is so, I've heard that on the airways. So if that is so, you know, congratulations to us, the people, because it means that we've found a solution to the problem. You know, and that, to me, that is great news, not good news. That is great news. And we need to get on with it. You know, there are a couple of steps necessary now. We're going to have to see some legislation in place. Once the legislation is in place, I guess then people will get certified to do solar installations. And then after that, you know, the process will start. I'm still hopeful that somewhere along the line, some of our citizens will get some kind of a rebate or some advance on purchasing. We have a text, so we're going to go straight to the text, of course. Good evening. You've reached Speak Your Mind. Go right ahead, please. Hello. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. I'm hearing you loud and clear.
Can I speak to...
You're speaking to the audience right now. Go right ahead.
Yes, hello.
Yes?
I passed by the light pack restroom, and it's very clean and tidy. Everything is working properly. Thanks.
All right. Thank you for that.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. Sam, that's somebody who responding to when we were talking about the Lloyd Park, and they're saying that it's clean and nice and you know, that's very good to know.
She called last week, as a matter of fact, and it's funny. When I left here, I went to a function, and the person who's responsible for keeping the park clean said that you know, someone called him and said, "Hey man, they just talked about you," and he said, every afternoon before the park is closed and the bathrooms are locked up, it's clean throughout the day, but at the end of the night, it's always clean for the next day, so they don't have to go through it. So, but we appreciate the calling us, Courtney. I get a personal text on my phone with some images and stuff from one of the schools. The person was telling us about the schools and stuff, and what it looks like, and the sewage lines open, and you could see it for yourself. So definitely there's a serious problem at the school. And Mr. Minister, I know you're watching. We spoke just today. If you ain't watching, I know one of your people are watching. I think it's Althea Scatliff. I know you're an action man. You're the real action man. So let's get out there. Let's see what we could do. I sure the school have a maintenance crew that could take care of this problem. You know, we don't want our kids sick. We already got problems with chikungunya and different things with mosquito. This looks like a mosquito breeding ground. It looks like an open sewage line, you know, somewhere close to the area. So please get out there, jump on it. Let's deal with this right away. Don't wait for it to manifest.
Okay.
What you got there, Courtney?
I got a couple of texts that came in. Maybe I should go to them before we take a call.
Yeah.
We got a call, so we're going to go to the call. Good evening. You're free to speak your mind. Go right ahead, please.
Hello, good evening.
Yes,
Hi,
good evening.
Courtney, how are you? How are you this evening?
I'm pretty good. How about yourself?
Not bad, thank you.
Okay.
I was listening to Sam and yourself just a while ago, and you asked me to reference to the road there at Easton, where you pass Alfonso.
Yes.
Going up.
Yes.
I'm not a person that when it comes to roads and so on, but I don't have a problem with the road is not properly surfaced, something wrong with it.
Well, it's a work in progress. What happened is they dug up the road to put in the sewer line, the main sewer line. So now the road has to be resurfaced.
Oh, so it's still under work as
Yes,
we speak?
it's still under construction. Yes.
Oh, okay, that was a concern of mine. Thank you.
Okay.
Definitely.
We got some texts that came in, Sam. I was going to try and get to them. It says, Honorable Fraser is part of the government. He should go and get the money back. The man went to the battle with his hands dropped to his side. Obviously, that's somebody's opinion. He did not take it like a man. He blamed everyone else except himself. But Sam, a man doesn't admit when they are wrong. Honorable Fraser did not admit to anything in the report. The report was so dirty that all the other opposition members did not support him. The leader even did not second the motion. If we are honest, the most money waste in this country is on puzzle gut and road and greenhouses. When are we going to get a report on that? This was an issue being debated on a fight I was on coming to Tatola, a flight I was on coming to Tatola. The Honorable Fraser is the embodiment of all that is wrong with the current system, the government. How can the Minister for Communication and Works or any other ministry also represent a district, knowing full well the votes that elected him come from a small portion of the community and be expected to approach development across the entire territory evenly? It is a built-in conflict of interest. I think I spoke with someone about that issue before, and that's a constitutional issue. And when we have a chance to review the Constitution again, I think that must be one of the issues that must be brought up. The texter is making the point that people who are responsible for the development of the country, who are in charge of issues that affect everybody, shouldn't be elected by 20 or 30 people or 200 people, but should be elected by the majority of the people. And then we get to the premier as well. A lot of persons are expressing to me that they think that the premier position should be a position of majority elected position again. And those things can only happen if we have a change in the present 2007 Constitution. Mm-hmm. Because the way the Constitution is written, if you have a party and your party have win the majority seats in the election, and your party is able to put forward one person as the leader of that party, that person automatically will be the leader of the party and would be the premier. Mm-hmm. And that is the way our Constitution is. So if you want to change it, my dear ladies and gentlemen, we have to stand up and ask for the changes that we want. Because remember, government govern people, right? We're expecting to be governed in a nice way, but the way the people that are here now, we the people who are here now, want to be governed. We don't want the governed situation to be of 30, 40 years ago. We want it to be now. Yeah. Sam, they're asking us to take a break for the people that make this show possible. So we're going to take a break and we're going to be right back with you.
What kind of party this?
Them they bring the music.
Seriously?
Having Digicel data is like having the fastest man in the world save you from party disasters. Start using Digicel data today. Digicel.
Alz Marine Air Conditioning and Refrigeration specialize in servicing and repairing units such as Daikin, Marine Air Tech, Mitsubishi, TGM, York. Any type that you call, we can install. We also work on commercial and residential units in houses, boats, cars, and company buildings. If you even need some cool breeze for your dog house or house table, we would not hesitate. We are always able. No job is too big or too small for Alz Marine Limited. For our home and restaurant customers, we also service and install all your appliances such as ovens, stoves, washers, dryers, refrigerators, and freezers. You can contact us at 494-4529 or 340-3791 or email us alzmarine@surfbvi.com. Alz Marine is located in Purcell Estate Road, Town, Tortola. Alz Marine Limited, your number one choice.
Hi there, welcome to Botanic Service Station, your number one Soul gas fill-ups in the British Virgin Islands. Try our delicious hot wings or pizza with your favorite toppings, made fresh every day. Try it, I know you'll love it.
Need a cold drink? We have the widest variety, the cheapest and coldest in town.
Just a friendly reminder, we have a wide range of vehicle maintenance products.
Oils, coolant, batteries, air fresheners, and our number one product, Soul Gas. The best gasoline that will take you further and keep your engine running cleaner. Do you love to cook? We have your LPG right here for your convenience. Open from 7 a.m. to 11 o'clock p.m. Chances are you'll be stopping by the Botanic Service Station today. So just grab a cold drink while you're there.
Place spaghetti in boiling water, add tomatoes, sweet peppers, and onions, and presto, you have spaghetti marinara.
Having Digicel data is like having the fastest man in the world save you from last-minute dinner dilemmas. Start using Digicel data today. Digicel.
All right, welcome back, guys. So again, the phone lines is up online. Ring us up. Let us know how you feel. I notice some of you guys are sending a lot of texts. Some of you really want to let the representative for the 3rd District know how you feel. That's fine with me. That's fine with us on here. It's your show. Speak your mind. Let us know. We're going to keep reading them. As long as they're not dirty and mean and condescending, we're going to read them. So, Courtney, what you got there, man? I know you got some new stuff.
It's good. The House of Assembly is a joke. Who appoints the Speaker and the Deputy Speaker? Do you expect the Speaker to be impartial? I guess that's a kind of question and an answer together.
Yeah, so, it's a statement, a question, and an answer.
Another text came in and said electricity is a big stress. All night Thursday, no current. me and my girlfriend and child had to sleep in the Jeep under AC.
Wow.
The house hot and mosquitoes.
Wow.
Tonight again, no current. Why? And when would it stop?
Wow. You should send the Ministry of Communication and Work a receipt for the gas you're burning in your Jeep. That's bad.
Another text came in, Sam. It said, it's time we have the speaker seat as an elected position. Let us vote for a speaker and have real balance in the House.
Yeah.
What do you all think?
Well, y'all already know how I think. I don't say that. It's online. And, you know, through my little research, I realized that the speaker, Courtney, the speaker holds a very important and very powerful position. And this is the reason why it's clear. In any research you do, it's clear that the speaker must be impartial. The speaker herself or himself has to declare and segregate and separate himself or herself from any affiliation from any party. So, you know, it's very important outside of the BVI when you elect a speaker that the speaker come to the House and be very focused on keeping order, keeping things in line, staying out of the debate. You don't chastise any representative in the House after a debate. You don't tell them about putting their money where their mouth is. So I agree with you, Texa. But let's stay together.
Not only the representatives who are elected by people, they're going to the House of Assembly to represent those people who elected them.
Yeah.
The speaker wasn't elected by any. Nobody voted for a speaker.
Yeah. But you know what I find a bit strange is that in any debate, it's just like the debate, the conversation. It's not even a debate. The conversation they had in the House on Thursday. Many of the representatives on the government side were able to just sarcastically cast their judgment. They use names, they call, you know, persons out, they call, you know, companies out. They did whatever they had to do because the record is public record. It's part of the conversation, right? I never heard the speaker now said to any of them what they did and how they did it or the way they went about doing it was wrong. That they were using the cover and the protection of the House to call people out. She never do that, but she did it during the other debate, and I thought that was wrong. She's out of order, she's out of place. That's not her position. And any information that's part of the debate, when you as a person, Courtney, you and I debating, and you on the pro and I'm on the con side, and you giving me information that tells me that Samsung or iPhone is the best thing ever, and I come and I give you opposing views, and I find information that relates to them, either one of them not being the best, that's part of my debate.
Yeah.
You can't tell me and chastise me now and tell me that I am wrong for using Samsung's name. It's Samsung we're debating about.
Yeah.
So
another text came in and says, I agree that the at-large candidates should be the ones holding the ministerial posts. When a district rep has communication, he only focuses on his district so that he can be re-elected. But text the person that texts that. I'll come back to that. We got a call. Good evening. You've reached Speak Your Mind. Go right ahead, please.
Good evening, Courtney. Sam, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine. Good. How about yourself?
I ain't too bad. Two texters text tonight I support. One is that some of the at-large positions, especially when it comes to the ministries,
yes,
should be elected by the majority of the public.
Just a matter of clarifying too. The person that I was speaking with was talking specifically about natural resources and labor.
I think that those positions that are overarching positions,
yes,
the ministries,
yes,
should be elected by the majority of the people,
yes,
including the premier position. I know that's not part of our constitution now, but as we look at other countries who've been able to move to more stronger positions, that's what they've done.
Yes.
The other thing is the system that we're using again with the speaker. We have this system patterned after the UK and the US. If you remember, the same thing you're discussing now, people are complaining about Nancy Pelosi when she was a speaker.
Yes.
So when a government wins a house in the US or in the UK or these other countries, they have a speaker, and people always complain about those speakers. If Nancy Pelosi has been one who was significantly, out in the media talking about all the bills. This thing where you talk about being independent, that doesn't happen in the other those other countries that you're talking about. But if that's something that we want, that the speaker does that, we don't have control of our constitution, but we can
lobby for change.
We can lobby for that if we want. But the system that we patterning off, again, if you look at the other systems, you're going to see that same type of question. So the governments will be trying to see who win the most and put the speakers that they want.
But don't forget in the UK, right? Don't forget in the UK, the speaker had to step down. The speaker, because of his actions, he had to step down and relinquish his post because of things that he did, which were
as long as you do something that is not part of either the Constitution or the laws that you deal with, or whether he did something in his personal life. Not only the speaker had to step down, or other elected representatives have had to step down. If you remember the one representative who was representing the BVI 2 years ago, he was removed or fired.
He was fired.
Yeah, and to be quite honest with you, some of these things that Sam talked about in the report, we wouldn't have an elected representative in power still with these type of allegations about giving money to your family members and that kind of stuff like that. So the question of whether you should step down or not, these are all things that we have to deal with. But I'll listen to you guys.
All right.
Well,
thanks for your contribution.
Yeah, thanks for the call, Courtney. Just for a point of clarification, though, from the way I understand it, in the United States, depends on which party gets in power. For example, if the Republican takes over the House or the Congress, you got the Senate and you got the Congress. The Congress is the congressional districts. If the Republicans have the majority, then the most senior person in that party is who becomes the senior Speaker of the House, who becomes the Speaker of the House of the Congress. You understand? It's the same thing on the Senate side. So they're not selected by the government per se like that. They're based on seniority and who actually controls the branches of government.
That's true.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Here, it's like whenever the government changes, the government side, I believe, is who select. They have the majority.
But they have a vote. But like you were saying, they have the majority.
They have the majority, so most likely
you could bring whoever you want.
Of course, I mean, let's use what we have now. The Speaker of the House right now is basically more on the NDP side. The one we had with Miss Archibald, she was an NDP sympathizer and supporter. So
and the one we had with the VIP was a
VIP sympathizer and supporter. Yeah. So that's how we do it here. In the U.S., they do it a bit different. And it's all based on seniority. And no matter what happened, the only way the speaker can lose his position is when they lose control of that particular branch of government.
Yeah. Good evening. You've reached Speak Your Mind. Go right ahead, please.
Yes, good night, guys.
Good night.
I listen to you.
Talk a little bit louder for us.
Listen, here you all speaking about speaker. Listen this. Sometimes this young lady take out speaker. This young lady doing a very good job. And I don't see she just take no side. Okay? You have some guy there just test the young lady to see if she know what she's doing. And this if you don't be a strong person, people will walk over you and tell you tete. And the young lady is doing a very good job. And I don't see nothing wrong in what she's doing. I just see Kedrick lead out with rules. We in the BVI don't like rules. Some of us want to behave like we on the street. It's just like basketball. When we go to the rule, tell you put your shot in your pants. You don't want to put your shot in your pants. You don't want to do this. But when it come around to something, deal with the game now, then they want to deal with rule book. And a lot of us here, when we're doing the right thing, we try to say we don't know. I don't pick side, but the young lady is very, she not law, and she really doing. And the opposition, if you give them a chance, they will want to walk over the young lady and set the star. I think she's doing a very good job, and that's my view. And Courtney, I never see you give the guy them credit in the things them that they're doing. You always pulling them down. I always seen those guys don't get no credit from you. Don't care what it is, Courtney. You know, that's my view. And guys, have a good night.
Thanks for speaking your mind, my brother.
Night, buddy. I don't know how we could come to that conclusion without asking me.
Well, that's his point of view, but I just want to share something with him.
Yeah.
There's a book, it's in the law library, it's called Parliamentary Practices. And you can also Google
Robert's Rules.
What do they call?
Robert's Rules.
Yeah, you can also Google parliamentary practice online. You can look at Speaker of the House, roll up the Speaker of the House, and then be honest, be fair, and be clear. Just look at the situation for yourself. Look and Google. You can even YouTube some of what you see in England, the way they do it in Australia and New Zealand,
But
and
Sam,
then come back to that conclusion.
Not only that, the majority of the UK House of Assembly is online.
Yeah.
You can go. We're waiting on that to happen here in the Virgin Islands.
Yeah.
You know, we're waiting. We know. I know for a fact that the whole proceeding is done electronically.
Yeah.
Okay. But to get it from where it is in the house and get it online for us to read or for us to look at, it seems like that's a tremendous task.
Well,
that can't happen.
I think
the Hansard report that comes out of every sitting of the legislature should be available to the citizens.
I agree. Maybe Courtney, they need to contract JTV. Maybe the government needs to contract JTV to record and do what JTV does for itself. And that's something we're going to talk about at the end of the show, Courtney. So you got to give me a few minutes because we're going to tell the people out how wonderful JTV is. Well, maybe they could contract JTV to record, tape, create YouTube TV for them, so the people of the territory always have access to the information. And then create live streams as well, so people who are abroad, outside of the BVI,
but have an interest in the BVI can also weigh in on the various issues.
Yeah, definitely.
We have two more texts that came in here, Sam. Let's see what it says. Sam is too biased of all those texts on Honorable Fraser. You all choose to beat up on the speaker with what? We said that the text said the present speaker is far better than the last one. I remember the last speaker and the last government used to laugh at Dr. Smith and Dr. Pickering. Well, the speaker does a wonderful job. As somebody else said, texting and said the speaker does a wonderful job. So we have mixed views on
hey, that's what the show is about. Ladies and gentlemen, call and speak your mind.
Yeah, and that's what it's all about.
Call and speak your mind.
Speak
let
your
us
mind,
know
how
you
feel. Let us know, put a voice to the text and say, say what you have to say.
But the most
Don't be hiding behind the digital
The most
divide.
important thing is that people are paying attention though. And Mr. Christian was right. We have a population of all people out there that are really tuning in.
Yeah.
They're looking at the debates, they're weighing in, and that's fair, that's fine. We should all be
That's how we grow.
We should be mature enough to tune in and debate and converse without being enemies and then without walking around telling people, I can't stand Sam because I don't like his views. That's fine. We all can't have the same point of view.
Oh, yes, God would make us all the same. Hello, good night. I live in Palm Town. It's over 1 month. We don't get some street water. Could you all help us, please? We have sinking no water to flush the toilet. Yeah, not good. I just, that made me think on some people in Huntersgut who were saying to me that every night the water just go off in Huntersgut.
Well, I dropped a lady there yesterday, and when we got by the supermarket in Huntersgut, she saw some water running on the street. She said, oh God, let me go home and fill up some bucket quick before the water. She said, I mean the water going off. I said, what do you mean? She said, look, when we passed the laundry, we saw a big pipe there, boss. And she said, I got home quick before them shut off the water. So, Mr. Minister, Mr. Action Man, let's get on it. Let's let's get this thing fixed, man. It's been 3 years, 1 more year left. You know what I mean? You guys got the right answer. So let's put these answers into practice and get this thing done. People of this territory living like a third world, like a fourth world country. Billions of dollars going to our financial services. We got some of the best, foundation for that. And yet we can't get proper running water. We can't get continuous electricity. I mean, we have 3 cell phone companies in the country, and sometimes we getting so much issues with communication. Our roads are bumpy.
They're giving away money.
Roads are bumpy. I mean,
we're giving away money left, right, and center.
Yeah, well, we ain't talking about a sponsor. You gotta give the sponsors a lot of credit though, because I tell you, for a company that had no infrastructure to have as much as they have now in less than 7-8 years, you gotta give the people who are genius in those areas. They're smart, they're creative, they're hungry, they have access to money and capital, and they're willing to invest, Courtney. So that's the important thing. And I believe that kind of company, I ain't promoting no one company, but if that kind of company, if you give them too much leeway, they'll take over the whole thing.
Okay.
So I better watch out the rest of you. Competition is here. Competition is here, Courtney.
It says, since JTV is so advanced, I would like to see exactly when Speak Your Mind and the House of Assembly are aired on the preview channel. All I'm seeing is no data.
No, man. No. Listen what we said. Courtney was saying that there's an issue getting the information. If you go on jtvlive.net, all of our shows, and we have YouTube channel, you could subscribe to that. We have everything online, all the news broadcasts, we have all of that. So anything that you miss on a Tuesday, by Tuesday night, you could pick it up on our YouTube channel. It's there, ladies and gentlemen.
Not only that, Sam, as we're speaking right now,
that's right.
JTV
live.net
is streaming the show.
That's right.
People call from Israel.
That's right.
And other places and tell me that the show is live.
The only reason you may not get us right now streaming, not because of our fault, because the people we have to use to get internet connection might be a problem.
That's right.
But if JTV had their own tunnel between here and wherever, you don't have no problem. We got problems the only time when those other people have problems. JTV is one of the best, my friend. So it's local, it's here to stay, it's doing a great job in the community. So give JTV the contract to keep us informed. You'll see how good you'll be informed.
Somebody is texting and said, what happened to Bywater?
It's coming. The report is coming. I guarantee it's coming. Stay tuned.
I'll invite the minister to visit the school.
Which one? Okay.
They didn't say which one.
Well, send it out. We're going to send out the invitation
the
for you.
water cooler in the Alta Scotland School for the children. Get drinking water. Tastes bad. You can't. Okay, we got a call. Go right to the call. Good evening, ladies and you've reached Speak Your Mind. Go ahead, please. Yes?
Let me tell you something. Dave Douglas was on the right track when he had his TV. He used to go live, and that brother just lose that. And I think traffic up long enough that they can either get somebody to either help them to step up a station where you could go live on the road, go live in the mine, do everything. I think it's a very good station. I think it needs a super gas sponsor. You and my partner there.
Your Valentine?
And put some money together and get it to a different level.
If you could get us that sponsor, we got the technology, or we have access to the technology.
So I think that it's so clean, clarity, everything, but it needs to go a lot of live to show that them in the live business.
Live on the street. You want to see some street segments?
Right, live, everything live. Everything you do, you go to school live.
Yeah.
You go down here live.
But listen, Carla, listen for a second. JTV is so dynamic, right? That we have news, people like Sean Rose. We got people like myself and Courtney that host shows like this, which is important as well. We got Cromwell, who does a really good show, which is more informative, entertaining, and it's a sit-down one-on-one type of platform. We even got a new show, my friend himself, I should have mentioned it, but I think it was in the Beacon, where it's called The Big Story Now. It's about debates. You're going to see myself and even Troy debating topics, important topics, so you're not tuning in on Thursday nights for that. But we are
Paul on the
dynamic.
ball, we got Cal, Scott. It's so many people here.
And listen, every one of our programming is locals.
Yes, once y'all don't go like Fox.
Like Fox?
Yeah. I got online thing I call Fox Vino. Just like Fox in the state news line, don't care what Obama do, nothing right.
But let me ask you a question.
So I got next name for that Fox Vino.
Let me ask you a question. You don't watch Fox?
I don't watch Fox because I don't like people who just lie to the public street. You know what I mean? And that's why people don't like Fox.
But if you ain't watching it, how you know they're lying?
Because everything Obama do, try to do right.
So
you never heard them say nothing good.
You think everything Obama do and every decision he make is the right decision?
Yes, because for a black dude.
Yeah.
And that's all
also, it's a black thing. It's a black and white
for a lot of people who see what he do.
Yeah.
They agree for him because he's in the States.
Yeah.
And because he's black. But down here now,
yeah.
the fact we know because the NDP never advertised nothing good about them.
I see
so I call them facts we know. That's facts we know.
No, we ain't gonna go that road. We ain't gonna go that road. But
before I leave, you watch the thing in the house some night ago?
Yeah, man. I don't listen and tune in all the time.
Okay, you see all them things going on. If this was in St. Thomas, a lot of things would have, a lot of man, it'll be a serious thing. You understand? But we here so believe in corruption that everything that some senator do is right.
But Carla, I'll point something out to you before you go. I think we got another call, but before you go, you see the same facts you just talked about? When the U.S. government was encountering the big thing with the Veterans Affairs Clinic in the hospitals across the country, a lot of people say Fox was trying to hamper Obama because it's Obama administration. But the fact of the matter is, the big top man had to resign. The FBI is investigating situation, and they found a lot of wrongdoing within the system.
And a lot of veterans couldn't get the care that they needed. And people who go out there and put their life on the line were being refused help.
Yeah, so
somebody have to report. Don't kill the messenger.
Yeah, it's not all bad.
Listen, I like when people just straight out the back. We got a lot of people, we can listen to on the news line some time ago, when China, we had some news media was getting paid to just support a political side because they were getting paid for it.
But we gotta hear too.
You think we don't read the blogs? We know it have people who does blog a particular way every day.
Yeah, we gotta hear too.
We know that here too.
We got people on all the newspapers that blog based on the story to give favoritism to the story.
And I could tell the media them who to do it, but
all of them do it.
I say you could tell straight up who to do it, boss. But I ain't gonna hold a gun. But listen this here. You know why people get a thing? Because
in time to come,
we never see politicians get locked up.
In time to come.
You see, Thomas, a lot of them get locked up. A lot of them get hold up.
A lot of them get locked up because the federal government supersede all the local authorities, and when they find out there's wrongdoing, they have the power to come in and do what's necessary. So
we don't have that situation.
We don't have that here. Thank God.
If the governor don't act, we're just on our own.
But guys, I gonna leave Iron again.
Yeah, man, we appreciate the
call.
Where you calling from, Virgin Gorda?
Yeah.
Good thing, man. Oh, over there doing a see, I got a bunch of workmen down here fixing our roads. I ain't gonna walk up there for them to do.
Mister, don't care when if I wasn't gonna go work any place in Tatola.
We understand you're very diverse.
Toilet, they go work here.
We hear you're versatile. We appreciate that. Yeah, man.
we putting on a roof on this basketball gym up here.
How we going? Ahead looking good.
All right. So, we gonna pull you up there now.
Okay, we'll bring the camera. I encourage Troy and those guys, since you mentioned it, to get out in the street and start doing some taping.
All right.
All right, my brother.
All right, guys.
Yeah, man, that was awesome. That's a good call. You know, we like having those kind of calls. But, you know, Courtney, all I want to say before you get to the text is that sometimes...
You got a call.
Oh, you got a call?
Yeah, good evening. You speak your mind. Go ahead, please.
Good night.
Good night.
Good evening.
Good evening. I want to draw attention again to Social Security. Some time ago, I think I heard somebody calling to say they're not paying, and if some employers say not paying the people money.
Yes.
My daughter keeps checking all the time, and all the lady keeps telling her it's not paid up, it's not paid up.
Wait, my dear lady, you know that is against the law, right?
I know it's against the law, but
Yes.
they're not doing anything inside there, so what can we do in the BBI? People are suffering.
I hear you're suffering, and I'm going to make an appeal again to the Social Security personnel. Ask them to bring someone on the show so we can advise persons of what's going on in the industry. I understand that they're at the point now where they're going to raise the amount of contribution that we make to Social Security again.
The percentage.
Yeah. So that will only compound the issue that you are raising, and the issue you are raising is a very important issue, because there are some people who are still not, making contributions on the employees' behalf. They're withholding. Some of them are withholding the monies, but they're not. The way the law works is they're supposed to withhold from the employee and also make a contribution from the employer. So we're going to see if we could get them on air with us, and so that they could explain to the public, what is being done in the industry, so that we can get some kind of relief.
Yeah.
Time enough. People are suffering. We're not hearing anything, so time enough.
All right. I'm gonna see what we can do. We're gonna see if we could get them to send someone to talk to us.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
All right.
All right, Courtney.
Ladies and gentlemen, it would be nice to take a break at this time. We're going to take a break, and we're going to be right back with you.
What kind of party this?
Them that bring the music.
Seriously?
Nothing nobody can be stressful.
Having Digicel data is like having the fastest man in the world save you from party disasters. Start using Digicel data today. Digicel.
Turbo Plus, the refreshing family drink with the revved up fruit flavor.
New flavors now available: mango, pineapple ginger, and soursop. Turbo Plus is distributed in the Virgin Islands by Tortola General Services.
What kind of party this?
Them that bring the music.
Seriously?
Nothing nobody can be stressful.
Having Digicel data is like having the fastest man in the world save you from party disasters. Start using Digicel data today. Digicel.
right, ladies and gentlemen, it's been good. We got a few minutes left, so please, if you want to get in on the conversation, call us. We got a few minutes left. We got a few texts. We're going to hit you guys up on the text before we get out of here. Courtney, what you got, bro? I know you got some very interesting text there to share with the people. What you got there?
I think we're waiting on a call, you know. So
you got a call coming through. Send the call to our engineer. Yeah. If you got that call, we want to get to the calls. Of course, we want to read the text as well.
Yes, good evening. You've Speak Your Mind. Go right ahead, please.
Good evening. We got a few minutes left.
Okay.
Talk to us.
As I just said, the lady who speak about Social Security. Let me ask you and Henry this. If I working for you, and you taking out my money, and you telling me the money paying in, and my permit, up I need to go get my permit, and they tell me that my Social Security is up. Don't you think the way should be on me to pay Social Security?
Carla, worse than that, what if you get sick? What if something should happen and you should get sick? You can't even get the help that you need at the time.
Yeah, but I asked me that way supposed to be on the employer who I work for to go and pay in the money.
Yeah, but they're not doing it.
Now I paying in the money because I need a permit.
But Carla, they're not doing it. They're not paying in the money.
Yeah, but
look at people who get there for time. Labor them supposed to see when you put y'all are talking about politicians. It's the people who you put in these positions in these departments should be showing the powers that they mean joking.
Well, that's where you at on the right track. That's my position. It's really the responsibility of the government department who spearheading these areas to ensure that these employers pay in their proper contribution.
My friend.
So Social Security, labor, whoever it is, that's their responsibility.
Yes, that's why they don't say the states might be cooking, but they come around laws, they serious, and that's why I like about it, they must be cooking, but come around laws.
Who cooking?
Carla.
The road?
I said they because the call they said the US cooking.
Carla.
In the law, but when they come around laws, them is really serious.
Carla.
Here to happen like because the people I'm in from here, you know, they take advantage when you go and report it, somebody don't get a satisfactory because they're begging a permit.
Carla, who the civil service, the police, and foreign affairs, whose subject matter that fall under? Who the civil service, the police, and foreign affairs, whose portfolio that falls under?
Governor.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, the governor boss.
There you go.
But what I'm saying,
yes,
you just put people in these departments supposed to be looking into these things, even to you go in the supermarket and check whether, because some of them go shopping, check to see whether stuff outdated and things like that, to see all of these things. They don't do it. You understand? They get paid and they don't do the work.
Don't say they get paid. Say they collect the salary.
You understand?
They collect the salary.
Yeah, but what I'm saying that here you put in your Social Security, think it's paying in, the job ain't paying in, and then Social Security sometimes tell the people if you want this, you got to pay that money yourself. Then the person who you work for gets away. I mean, if you pay, you're supposed to be embarrassed back the money, but it don't happen. So, because the people in me family, they just treat them bad.
Carla, I'm sorry to have to end with you, but we're going to come back to this next week because this is a very important issue, okay? We're out of time, but I'm listening to what you're saying, and I could shed some light on what you're saying to another angle altogether.
In everything, the department is responsible for a lot of these issues. And if they go out and do the job and let people respect them because it's me, I'm going to respect you.
Mm-hmm.
You come and tell me I'm doing this, I'm going to deal with you, but you know what? Some of them got a saying, I ban here.
Yeah,
so
but I'm going to tell you something. If you have the ministries and the government behind you, you're much more comfortable as a civil servant. And I was a civil servant for a lot of years. You're much more comfortable doing your job. So we're going to end it at that, and we're going to come back to it next week, okay?
All right, see you, brother.
All right, goodbye.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna end it there. We're not gonna take any more calls. We got a few minutes just to close off. We want to share with you guys, from tomorrow, you guys can tune in to JTV. JTV, we have a number of programs. Tomorrow, we have a documentary series on the ongoing educational reform in the BVI, anywhere from 5:30 p.m. tomorrow. So please tune in. Right after that, we'll have. We're going to be viewing live debate, the Scotland debate on the referendum to go independent. So you guys need to tune in. This is very important for us here in the BVI to tune into something like that to see what's taking place over in Scotland. Also on Sunday, 7:30 a.m. tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. and 4 p.m., you can tune in to Sean Rose. You know, Sean Rose is a guy who has that deep voice, a news anchor guy. He's going to be talking. We have a report on the Auditor's General report on the Seacosby development. You're going to see the information for yourself. You're going to hear from the minister himself, the representative, Fraser himself, his own voice, and what's happening. We also have health official reports on the health official visiting Virgin Gorda and finding out that there's more situation other than chikungunya. There's also some dengue cases up there that are not being reported, and we're going to bring that to you live. So please, you need to tune into JTV. You know, of course, on JTV, we got a number of shows. We spoke about those shows earlier. You can watch anything from the latest Speak Your Mind, Cromwell Show, Sports Desk, any number of shows. We have them. If you miss the shows, you can tap in to a YouTube page. We have a YouTube, JTV/YouTube, or YouTube/JTV News, and you can tap into our YouTube channels, and you see all the shows that you miss. So you never out of sync with JTV. So please tap into all the different shows. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to sign off. Give Courtney a chance to do his thing.
Right, Sam. I'm sorry we couldn't read more of the text because I had a lot.
We're going to read them next week.
Had a lot of other stuff.
We're going to read them next week.
That really would have thrown us off into some much better debate. But Sam, we're out of time, and of course we're going to go right into some stuff with JTV. So I have to say we had a wonderful show. Thank you so much for the people who participated, the callers, the texts. Thanks for the dialogue. And as usual, we love these Virgin Islands and the people that live in it. So God bless these Virgin Islands and the people that live in it, and we'll see you again next week.